This is God's land that we're taking care of. We need to do everything that we can learn how to do to be good stewards of the land and to be able to take care of the land that we've been gifted. Woo! All of them will come, but it may take 10 or 15 minutes for all of them to get through. We started regenerative ranching and grazing here about 6 years ago, and what that really is, it's different from traditional grazing. We actually move our cattle into small areas, small paddocks, and we leave those cattle there for one day. And then we move them to a new paddock where there's fresh grass, and we continue to do that in a methodical and regimented kind of way. The cattle are in a much smaller area, and so they're trampling the grass, and the soil contact with the grass helps build up the organic matter in the soil. But in addition to that, all the pooping and peeing in a very small area, so they're fertilizing the ground as they go. The cattle are actually helping us rebuild the soil health, and the healthier our soil is, then the more carbon we're able to sequester. I've spent tens of thousands of dollars trying to kill everything that wasn't grass. But now the cattle are eating what we used to call weeds, and it's good for them. It helps with internal parasites, it helps with all kinds of diseases, because many of those, what we used to call weeds, are therapeutic. In our traditional grazing that I've done all of my career until 6 years ago, we would have areas of the ranch where cattle were actually overgrazing the grass. I guess maybe the way to kind of compare it would be to a golf course green. You know how short that grass is, and cattle will eat the grass down that low, and that is really detrimental to the soil's health. The roots are much longer than they were 5 or 6 years ago.
That's about as far as this shovel will go. They're still going down that far, and they used to not.
We're getting the soil back into balance, and so the microbes and the fungi that are in the soil are doing what they're supposed to do, and that's what helps the root system go deeper and be more prolific, so that then the plant that's above the ground can sequester more carbon and put it down through the roots into the soil. So there's all kinds of good things that happen with regenerative grazing. We're building up the soil health, and so all of the bacteria, the fungi, all the bugs in the soil are coming back now, because we had pretty well lost a lot of that. And so this grass is Bahia grass, and Bahia grass is typically low in bricks, so low in sugar. And this is showing 6%. When we first started doing this, the grass was about 1 to 2%. So we've increased the sugar content, the value of that grass, by whatever that is, 400%. We've been able to increase our stocking rate by about 30%. That helps add to our bottom line. We've actually entered into a contract with Grassroots Carbon that monetizes the carbon that we're sequestering in the soil. So we actually get paid for doing what we think is the right thing anyway. And when you think about all the cattle globally, if all of the cattle were grazed like this, enough CO2 could be sequestered that we would reduce the effects of climate change dramatically. When we first started doing this, a lot of our neighbors, most of our neighbors, thought we were crazy. In fact, some of them told us we were crazy because of the moving the cattle every day. But throughout this drought, there are a lot of folks who are kind of taking a look at what we're doing and what others are doing. They're starting to do some research, and they're starting to see the value that we have found in this. We're going to be able to pass on a way of life, a Texas way of life, we like to say, to our kids and our grandkids and their kids for generations. That's really heartwarming for us, and this really makes us kind of underscore the fact that we are doing the right thing.